We will be now concerned about the point of shortest perpendicular distance. We will focus our attention to the shortest perpendicular distance between the two skew lines. Okay. So let's start with the question. Exercise 6B, question number 5. They've given us a line whose vector equation is 0, 0, 1 plus s, whereas is a whereas is a scalar multiple 2, 3, 1, and then they have given us another line L2 4, 1, 4, sorry, 1, 4, 4, and then T with 0, 4, 0, where T is also a scalar multiple. And they say that the point P lies, point P lies on line L1 and Q lies on line L2. Okay. Given that PQ is perpendicular to the line L1 and L2 both, find position vectors. Find position vectors OP and OQ. Find position vectors OP and OQ. Okay, the points P and Q are on the lines this respectively. Given that PQ is perpendicular to both lines, find the position vectors OP and OQ. Okay. Consider a room, a cubicle room. This is a cubicle room, okay? Let's assume that the line L1 lies like this on the floor of this room. This is line L1 which lies on the floor of this room. And line L2 lies in the ceiling, okay? Line L2 lies in the ceiling, and P and Q are the 2 points which are right in front of each other, okay? Okay, P is the point of line at P is the point, sorry, Q is the point on the line L2 and P is a point on line L1 according to the statement of the question, and in such a way that PQ is perpendicular to the line L1 and PQ is also perpendicular to the line L2. Okay. Now we have to calculate the coordinates of P and the coordinates of Q. Okay. We should note this thing that OQ is a general point on the line L2. So we can calculate its coordinates. The coordinates of OQ are 1 plus 4t, 4. Or I can write them like this. I can write them in coordinates form, or I can write them in column vector form. I have obtained this information from the equation of L2. Okay. Now, comes the OP. What is OP? OP is a vector. P is a point which lies on the line L1, and OP is equal to 2s, 3s, 1 plus s. Or we can write it like this: 2s, comma, 3s, comma, 1 plus s. This information has been derived from this equation, the equation that is written on the top, okay? Now PQ vector itself, vector PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. We could have calculated vector P, we could have also calculated QP. We can use any of them, okay? This doesn't make this is not going to affect our analysis, okay? Even if we take QP, because we just want a vector connecting the line L1 and connecting the line L2, okay? So OQ minus OP, 1 plus 4T 4 minus 2S 3S 1 plus S is equal to 1 minus 2S 1 plus 4T minus 3S and 3 minus S. Okay, this is PQ. Okay, and you know that PQ is perpendicular to L1. The direction vector of L1 obtained from the equation D1 is given by D1 is equal to what? Direction vector of the line D1 is equal to 2 3 1, which I have obtained from here, okay? Or here. Now the vector PQ is perpendicular to D1. The vector PQ is perpendicular to D1, and I will calculate the dot product of PQ with D1 and equate it equal to 0. So PQ dot D1 is equal to 0. So this is 1 minus 2s, 1 plus 4t minus 3s, 3 minus s dot 231 is equal to 2 into 1 minus 2s plus 3 into 1 plus 4t minus 3s
सर
plus GG.
आप पूरी लाइन से क्यों नहीं मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं? मतलब सिर्फ वो D1 से क्यों कर रहे हैं?
D1 beta, D1 is a smaller vector, and you know D1 is parallel to line L1. D1 is the direction vector of line L1.
पूरा पोजीशन वेक्टर पैरेलल नहीं है.
नहीं, पूरा नहीं, because you know if I take this vector R, okay, this vector R on the line L1, this vector R is it's something like this. No, or like this, OP. OP is not perpendicular to P. Okay.
ठीक है सर, समझ आ गई.
OP is not perpendicular to PQ. We have to use the direction vector only. Okay. Now calculating the dot product with this and simplifying it is equal to 2 minus 4s plus 3 plus 12t minus 9s plus 3 minus s, equating them equal to 0 and simplifying. जी क्या आता है बेटा? ये 1 2 3, this is 8 minus 14s plus 12t is equal to 0, and when I simplify it, it's 14s is equal to 8 plus 12t, and okay, 7s is equal to 4 plus 6t. This is my first equation. Now PQ is also perpendicular to L2, and the direction vector of L2 is this one, which I represent by D2, and D2 is 0 4 0. In order to calculate The dot product of PQ with D2, we calculate it like this. PQ dot D2 is equal to 0. 1 minus 2S, 1 plus 4T minus 3S, 3 minus S multiplied with D2. D2 is equal to 0, 4, 0 and equate it equal to 0. We obtain this value, or 1 plus 4T minus 3S is equal to 0 over 4. It becomes equal to 4T minus 3S is equal to minus 1. Now you have these two equations. I request you to solve these equations simultaneously and tell me the values of T and S. Please solve them simultaneously.
सर S का 1 है और T का 1/2.
Shabash. Okay. Now it's very easy for me to calculate OP. You know, OP is equal to S when S is 1, it's 2, 3, 2. Or if it is written in coordinate form, it's like this. And OQ is equal to 1 plus 4T and 4. And inserting the value of T 1/2, it becomes equal to this. Now I have calculated the value of P, which is, I have calculated the coordinates of the point P on line L1, which is right in front of the point Q, which is a point on L2, and PQ is the shortest. If I calculate the value of PQ, that is the shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines, okay? We can easily work out PQ. It is equal to 1, 0, minus 2. And when we calculate the magnitude of PQ, it's 1 plus 4 under root. It's under root 5. This is how we can calculate the magnitude of PQ. बेटा इसमें कोई मसला तो नहीं है? हेलो जी, बेटा इसमें कोई इशू तो नहीं है? हेलो
तो ये PQ आपने कैसे कैलकुलेट किया? OQ माइनस OP करके?
यस, OP माइनस OP, बिल्कुल. यस, आई OP माइनस OP. अच्छा, this is just one of the method in which you can find the shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines, okay? This is what one of the
सिर्फ PQ OQ माइनस OP नहीं होगा, लाइक सारा सेम लेकिन वो नेगेटिव होना चाहिए.
okay, OP, okay. PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Yes, you are right. Okay. This is it. I agree with you. PQ is equal to OQ minus OP. Okay. But you know, this is a lengthy method of finding the shortest perpendicular distance. This is what a lengthy method of finding the shortest perpendicular distance between the two skew lines. We will now go to another method. We will use another method, and it's use of cross product. To find shortest perpendicular distance between two skew lines. Use of cross product to find shortest perpendicular distance between two skew lines. Okay. But I will explain it in stepwise manner. Okay. My first point is consider this line, okay, and then another line, okay. These two lines are parallel, okay, and this is point A and this is point B, okay. And I have a vector which is a unit vector, and it is perpendicular to the line L1, and it's also perpendicular to the line L2. Okay. N is a unit vector. The magnitude of n is 1 because it's a unit vector. And it's a kind of a unit vector which is perpendicular to line L1 and perpendicular to line L2. Okay. And line L1 and L2 are parallel. Okay. Now this is vector AB. I calculate AB dot n, unit vector. And if I shift this unit vector n like this, and this is an angle theta over here, then AP magnitude n magnitude is equal to cos theta. It's AB cos theta. And you know, AB cos theta is equal to this distance. AB cos theta is equal to this red line. AB cos theta is equal to this red line. Okay. Now, if we calculate the dot product of AC with this unit vector, if we calculate dot product of AC with this unit vector, we get AB cos theta 2, where theta 2 is this angle. And this thing is equal to, because you know this is 1, you can easily replace it by 1, and it becomes AB cos theta 2. And cos theta 2 is again red line. Okay. Cos theta 2 is again red line. Okay. Then this is AD2. AD. Okay. And this angle is theta 3. Now AD dot unit vector, it's AD dot unit vector cos of theta 3. This is equal to AD. You know, this is 1, you can replace it by 1, and it's cos theta 2. And this is again equal to the red line. And the red line is the distance between the two lines. Okay. Now, if you choose other than A, any point over here, say E, the dot product of EB with this N will again give you this red line, because you can shift this unit vector N over here, and this is the angle between them. And when EB multiplied to the cos of the angle in between, it will give you the red line. So if you choose any point, any random point on this line L1, and any random point on this line Q, as long as this unit vector is perpendicular to line L1 and perpendicular to the line L2, dot product of QP, PQ with this unit vector will always result into the distance between the two lines. Okay. Even if you take QP, it doesn't matter that you take PQ or if you take P as first if you start from P, end up at Q, and if you start from Q and end up at P, even if you PQ dot N or QP dot N, they will always give you this distance between the two lines. No, these were the two parallel. Let's extend our idea to three-dimensional world. Okay. This is, let's say, consider this is a room. Okay. It's a cubical room like this. Okay. A, B, C, D is the floor of the room. Okay. A, B, C, D is floor of this room, and E, F, G, H is the ceiling of this room. Okay. Whereas A, E, H, D is wall, is a vertical wall, and HGCD is also a vertical wall, and GFBC is also a vertical wall. Okay, and ABCD is also ABCD is floor. Okay, and EFGH is the ceiling. Okay, now consider two skew lines. Before I don't draw any lines. Okay, consider a unit vector. Consider a unit vector n. Okay, consider a unit vector n which is perpendicular to the floor and which is perpendicular to the ceiling. And this unit vector is parallel to the walls. Okay, it's parallel to the all four walls. So this unit vector is perpendicular to the floor ABCD, and this unit vector is perpendicular to EFGH, the ceiling. Okay, now consider a point P over here and a random point Q on the ceiling. P is on floor and Q is on ceiling, and PQ is this vector which starts from the floor and ends up on the ceiling. Now P can be anywhere on the floor and Q can be anywhere on the ceiling, and this is angle theta between this unit vector n and PQ. Now a dot product of PQ with this n unit vector gives you what? It's PQ magnitude, n magnitude, and cos of theta. And you know, n is, since n is a unit vector, it's PQ cos of theta or PQ cos theta. You will see that this directly is equal to the height of the room. This is equal to the distance from the floor to the room, to the ceiling. So this directly gives me the height of the room, or shortest perpendicular distance between the floor and the ceiling. It gives me shortest perpendicular distance between the floor and the ceiling. Okay, do you people agree with this? G. Hello. Beta, is there any question? Please do ask. Hmm? Hello. Okay. Now consider this blue line L1. Okay. Okay, and this is, there is another line on the ceiling. This is line L2, and this is the direction vector of L2, and this is the direction vector of line L1. Point A2 is any point on the line L2, and A1 is an any random point on the line L1. Okay, I take it, this is point A1 over here. Okay, and I am in search of this red distance, this shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines. Okay, D1 is a vector lying in the plane, in the floor. D1 is a vector lying in the floor, and D2 is a vector lying in the ceiling. D1 cross D2, D1 cross D2, D1 cross D2 gives me a vector which is perpendicular to the floor and ceiling. D1 cross D2 is a vector which is perpendicular to D2 is a vector which is perpendicular to D1, and D1 cross D2 is a vector perpendicular to the plane containing D1, and it's also perpendicular to the plane containing D2. And D1 and D1 cross D2 is common perpendicular of D1 and D2. Hence, D1 cross D2 is perpendicular to floor and the ceiling of the room. Okay. Now, if I divide this D1 cross D2 by its own magnitude, I get a unit vector. I get a unit vector which is perpendicular to the floor and which is perpendicular to the ceiling. Now, if I choose any random point on the line line L1, which is A1, and then I choose any random point on the line L2, which is A2, and I calculate this vector A1 minus A2, starting from point A1 and going up all the way to A2, and calculating its dot product with this unit vector, it will give me the shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines. Shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines. जी बेटा, कोई बात अगर समझ नहीं आई तो प्लीज डू टेल मी. जी
सर ये आपने
चल.
A1 माइनस A2 से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई किया है सर?
जी जी.
आपने इसको A1 माइनस A2 से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई किया है?
A1 is any vector on the floor and A2 is any another vector on the ceiling. A1 minus A2 is a vector starting from floor going all the way to the ceiling. And if I take the dot product of this A1 minus A2, A1 A2 vector with this unit vector, and it will give me the height of the room directly. The point that I'm trying to establish.
ओके
Okay.
सर, ठीक है.
G. Anybody wants to ask any question? Hello? Okay. Now, should we try to apply this equation? Okay, let's apply this method of finding the shortest perpendicular distance between the two lines. Okay. This is line L1, 2, 3, 1 plus lambda minus 2, 1, 3. Okay. And this is line L2, 4 minus 2, 1 plus mu 1 minus 3, 2. Okay. Now find the shortest perpendicular distance between these two. Okay. This is my D1. Okay. Minus 2, 1, 3. This is my D2. 1 minus 3, 2. And D1 cross D2. I will just apply the formula of cross product. 2 plus 9 minus 4 minus 3, 6 minus 1. And this is equal to 11, 7, 5. Okay. The magnitude of D1 cross D2 is equal to 11 square plus 7 square plus 5 square under root. And this is equal to what? 121 plus 49 plus 21 under root. No, 121 plus 49, 170, 170, 195. So it's equal to 195. Okay. Now, this is my A1. This is my A2. I calculate A2 minus A1, or I could have done A1 minus I2. There is no, particular order that I have to follow. And even while calculating the cross product, I could have calculated D1 cross D2 or D2 cross D1. There was no compulsion or there was no restriction of any order. And I can do A2 minus A1 or A1 minus I2. I can go both ways, okay? Two minus 5, 0, okay? Now, this formula is A1 minus A2 dot D1 cross D2 divided by d1 cross d2's magnitude. And even if I can take a1 minus a2 dot d2 cross d1 over d1 cross d2's magnitude. So it doesn't make any difference. The order does not matter in this whole question, okay? Now I will calculate the dot product of these two vectors and then divide it by this, okay? So shortest perpendicular distance is equal to 11 into 2 plus 7 into minus 5 plus 5 into 0 over under root 195. Now I am able to calculate the shortest perpendicular distance. I'm going to ignore the negative sign. It is due to this reason that we put a modulus sign over here, overall modulus again, just to remove the negative sign. And I remove it and I say just that it's 195 because there was a modulus sign over here. The purpose of that modulus sign was to remove the negative sign. But this is the formula. This is the formula of